Is that the first letter of her name?
That's the first letter of the boyfriend that she cheated on me with. His name is Carl.
Carl Pillar.
Yeah. It's Carl Pillar. Yes, Carl with a K. It's weird. Yeah, his name's even spelled douchey.
Right?
I'm Carl. I joked.
Yeah. He went to jail though, so he got what he deserved.
Sorry.
So listen, we broke up. They got back together. They broke up. He stole stuff. He stole jewelry from her house. Broke into her house, stole jewelry, and then went to jail. He was awesome. He's a winner. It was such that tale of yes. Any other questions? What's up?
What's it like inside people?
Dude, we're ecstatic. For those of you who don't know, we recently got signed to a label called SIO Records, and we're very, 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 very excited about it. Mainly because when we were talking to them, you know, like you hear horror stories about labels like stealing all your money or whatnot. So we were naturally nervous. We're like, all right, we have an offer. So we would go and talk to all these other bands. It's like, hey, what do you think of Equal Vision Records? And like sometimes you like if you talk about other record labels, they'd be like, oh, they're terrible. We never heard one bad thing about them. Always, they work hard for their bands and they'll treat you really well. And I think that was a big part of us saying yes. And then we got to take a tour before. Actually, I don't know if you guys are on our YouTube channel and you watch the "We Gonna Set You Off" videos. Yeah. There's a video where Andrew and I are climbing a rope. And we race by climbing a rope. I think it's a We Can Set You Off Volume 6 or something. And that was actually at their facility. They had a gym. And we were taking a tour of the area, so that's how far back we didn't know we were going to sign them. We just had a feeling, and we had a gut feeling. It was just like we wanted it to happen, and it did. And they are incredible workers. So we're very happy.
And what sucked about the whole situation is we had to keep quiet about it for 6 weeks. So like we knew the entire summer
we're so bad at that.
And people would ask us like, oh, I can't believe you guys aren't signed. You know, it sucks. Like, yeah, you know.
I want to tell you.
I can't say anything.
I don't know if before we were notorious for like as soon as any news like that we're shooting a music video. Before we even talked to a director, like we're shooting a music video. Everybody should know now. But now we have to they're telling us like if you're gonna do anything, you have to wait until it's ready. And we're like, oh, it takes so much patience. And it's like knowing a big secret you want to tell your best friends and you can't yet. Yep. Any other questions?
How long did it take you to get signed?
3 years. We started July 25th, 2008 was our first show, and we toured just nonstop. Like we did. What number tour is this?
I feel like it's probably the 18th-ish.
The 18th to 19th. And before we got signed, it was like we did 16 unsigned tours. Austin booked everything, and we just knew that there's a lot of bands that are doing something by not being signed. So if we can prove that we can being unsigned and still keep up with the work ethic and even bump it up even more once we get a label, and I think they saw the drive that we had. So it was about 3 years. So.
Okay, so Call Before the Storm. It was all about like love songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But then like Horrible Kids. Was it because of Equal Vision that like it was all dark, or was it just because of like?
It was actually that video was ready to be recorded before we got signed.
We released it 2 months before it.
We released it 2 months before EBR put it out by ourselves. So like that album was completely by itself, and then EBR decided to pick it up because that's the way it sounded.
I was gonna say it's a little interesting because we actually when we started that album we were writing the songs and we had a very good feeling that it was gonna be a solid album for us. And we actually started talking to Equal Vision the second or third day we got in the studio.
Yeah.
Right?
This was so weird.
Yeah, so we had all that. We were trying to figure out our tours this summer, and then we were recording that album, and then our A&R hit us up, so we just had a...
I remember we got the offer, we first got the email offer the day before we left, and Dan read us the email as we were getting into the van to go drive to record. We took a shot of Taylor Jerry for celebration.
Yep. We
didn't drink and drive though. We had a sober drive.
Be responsible. Also, don't drink underage.
Awkward silence.
But you can have a microphone if you want.
Oh, thank you. There it is.
Zach wanted a microphone.
Yay!
Any other questions?
As far as lyrics go, the reason why they changed. Come Before the Storm. When I was going through, that's all one girl. Like all those good and bad things was from one relationship, and I always it was awful. It was a nightmare, and so I always write lyrics from what I'm inspired by. And with a new record, I like being able to turn to records that pep me up when I ever had a really crappy day. And So I thought back, what did I go through that I wish I had songs about to just go turn on and get to that rough time? And this is, I guess, is more of a medicinal kind of record, just because of the fact that it's mainly for that purpose. If you're upset, if you're having a crappy day and you're stressed, just go pop it on, and hopefully there will be a song that relates to you. And we didn't want to write about just love songs, like, you know, for the rest of our lives. So we want to be able to write about situations that you're going through every day.